Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you how you can easily add and subtract fractions, right? I'll show you a trick that will make it very easy for you to add and subtract fractions. Now say for example, if you had to add half plus 1/5, how do we do that? Now the problem with fractions is you cannot add and subtract fractions with different denominators, right? If you're new to fractions, the number on the top, in this example 1 and 1, they are called numerators, and the number below the fraction sign or the division sign, right, they are called denominators, in this case 2 and 5. Now you cannot add and subtract these fractions the way it is. So what do? Very simple, we multiply the denominators, which is 2 and 5, to give us 10, and then we multiply those two numbers there. So 1 and 5, that's 5, and then 1 and 2, right, in that order. So we have 5 plus 2, which is equal to 7, and the denominator we've already calculated is 10. So that's how easy it is to add fractions, right? We multiplied the denominators first to find our denominator as 10, and then we multiplied the numerator of the first fraction, which is 1, with the denominator of the second fraction, which is 5, and then we multiplied the numerator of the second fraction with the denominator of the first fraction, which is 2. And that's how you can add fractions. Let's do another example. Say you had to add half plus 1/3. So first we'll find the denominator by multiplying 2 and 3 to give us 6. Now we'll multiply 1 by 3, which is 3, and then we'll multiply 1 by 2, which is 2. So if we add the 2, we get 5/6. So that's the answer. So we'll try another addition example. Say you had to add 2/3 plus 1/6. So we'll follow the same procedure. We'll multiply 3 and 6, so that's 18, and then we'll multiply 2 with 6 to give us 12, plus we'll multiply 1 and 3 to give us 3, so that's 15/18. Now with this example here, with the answer 15/18, we can actually simplify this fraction further, right? So what's the highest common factor of 15 and 18, right? That's the same highest common factor. We have 3, so 3 goes into 15 how many times? 5 times, and 3 goes into 18 how many times? 6 times. So we can actually go ahead and simplify this fraction. So from 15/18 it becomes 5/6. Okay, so this time we'll try and subtract fractions, right? We have done additions, now let's try subtracting. Say for example we had half minus, let's say we had 1/3. Okay, so again we'll follow the same procedure. We'll multiply the denominators, so that's 2 and 3, which gives us 6. Then we'll multiply 1 and 3 to give us 3. This time we'll put the minus sign there because we are subtracting these two fractions, right? And then we'll multiply 1 with 2 to give us 2. And 3 minus 2 is 1, so the answer we get is 1/6. Let's try another subtraction. So let's say we had to subtract 2/4, right? And we have, say, 1/6. So again the procedure is the same. We'll multiply the denominators to give us 24, right? 6 times 4 is 24. Now we'll multiply 2 with 6 to give us 12. We'll use the minus sign because we are subtracting these two fractions. And then we'll multiply 1 with 4 to give us 4. So 12 minus 4, that's 8, and we have 24. Now again, in this case, you can leave the answer as it is correct, but if you had to simplify, if the question specifically says you need to simplify the fraction, you can go ahead and simplify. So we need to find the highest common factor of 8 and 24. Now for 8 and 24, the highest common factor is 8, right? Because 8 goes into 8 one time and 8 goes into 24 3 times. So the answer you have after simplifying is 1/3. We'll try another subtraction example, right? So say for example we had 7 over 9 and we need to subtract, say, half from it, right? Okay, so we'll multiply the denominators to give us 18, right? 9 multiplied by 2, and then we'll multiply 7 by 2 to give us 14. We'll use the subtraction sign or the minus sign, and then we'll multiply 1 by 9 to give us 9. So 14 minus 9, that's 5, and we have 18 as the denominator. Okay, so that's how we subtract and add fractions, right? So the procedure is simple. You multiply the denominators, and then you need to multiply the numerator of the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction, and then you multiply the numerator of the second fraction by the denominator of the first fraction, and it's either adding or subtracting, right? So once you get that, you pretty much find your answer. And a step further is if the fraction can be simplified, right? If the numerator and the denominator have the same highest common factors, you can simplify the fraction further. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video does help you. If you did like it, please share and subscribe for more.